say I'm a song. I got the bomb, I got the bomb, the bomb, the bomb, bomb. Aprete y apretaba, mora baba por you, mavital wise, so se hizo, sa man y man, ave colgué, coldazo, hizo,
at traffic as people are hustling and bustling, trying to get to where they need to go this morning. Is it their job? Is it their family? Is it their second family? Who knows where they're going? But it's Monday morning and people are moving all over Saipan. We're going to get you a bigger look at traffic today on a beautiful Monday morning. We are going to have a great one today. It's 79 degrees outside right now in Saipan, and we are looking at a high of 83. How about that? Not going to be too hot, and it's going to be nice and windy today, too. We're looking at gusts as high as 23 miles per hour, something that's only going to pick up throughout the night. So we are going to have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. We got the hat trick going. It's going to be the perfect Saipan morning. You can't beat it at all. Want to say thanks to you guys for being out here with us today, too, because holy smokes, what a day we've got. We had a heck of a weekend. I mean, a massive weekend. If anybody tells you that there's nothing to do in Saipan, use this weekend as the case in point about all the things that we had going on. I mean, just Saturday, we had the Saipan Marathon, half marathon, 10K and 5K. We had a health fair from the nurses over at NMC. We had a fishing tournament. That's not enough. We had a track and field event for all the masters to qualify to represent the CNMI elsewhere in the Pacific. Absolutely crazy. And again, that was just Saturday. So many things going on. Yeah, marathon was pretty good. There were a lot of people who came out there for it, for sure. The Saipan Marathon, he's got some pipes. He's a nonstop machine, welcoming machine. The amount of folks, you know, I think what we'll end up doing like a post-mortem or an after-action review for the marathon for sure. But I think one of the coolest things is the great amount of participation that we had and how the community comes together to do an event. Excuse me. My gosh, hey, that has nothing to do with the marathon. That's just me clearing my throat. But we had a great event, and you know, people were definitely happy to come out here and do it. And we were pretty stoked because we got to be there to watch the. I mean, we didn't get to do all the coverage like we got to do for the Hell of Marianas. Maybe that's something for 2026. And hopefully we can help MVA with a lot of things on that event. But we got to show you, we had the winner come in, and we were right there for it. Apparently, I don't know how we were the only ones there, but it was great. In fact, let's let you check it out a little bit here. Hold on, I gotta Parker my my music this morning, just so I could show this to you. This is the winner, Hiroshi. Hold on, here we go. Hiroki, not Hiroshi. Nakajima. This is him finishing the race.
Folks, we have our full
Listen to that voice in the background.
Approaching the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 2:29 and change, runner number 133. Nakajima, Hiroki-san!
すみません、英語話しますか? Yeah. How do you feel?
It's really dark in the course. I can't see the way. It's really scary. Too dark. So, but I really happy to win the race. Thank you very much.
How do you feel about your run?
This is a really nice time. Better than expected.
Yeah? What was your plan for a time?
2 hours 30 under.
Yeah?
But in the end, my time is target time. Really good.
Awesome. Anything do you like running in Saipan?
Anything? No?
Do you like running in Saipan?
Yeah, I love running Saipan. I want to join the next week. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that was our interview with the winner right after. Excuse me. My goodness, right after he crossed the finish line. No break for him. But, you know, actually, we were just going to do some video. I wasn't even going to try to get the interview with him, but the guys looked like he's fine. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's get in there and ask him some questions right away. That was pretty neat. And he had a good time. We also had the winner for the half marathon as well, Jody O'Sullivan.
All right, Jody,
cool
so you won the half marathon.
Is that he is the pastry chef. We've had him on. He is the pastry chef over at Crown Plaza. And check this out. You got to love this. This is great.
I did win the half marathon, 2 for 2.
Two in a row. How did it feel today?
Good, yeah. I'll be honest, it was one of those. I hadn't trained as much as I would like, so I kind of went with, I'm going to burn out at the start, see how far I can go, and then try and hang on for dear life. And by the time I got to the turnaround, I was feeling better than I expected to feel. And then I knew I had a couple of minutes just from, like, I kind of took the time when I turned around, took the time when I passed the first guys. I was like, okay, all I got to do is keep going, and I got it. So it was good. It was really good.
It was great. Did you do anything differently for nutrition or training?
No, so I kind of have it locked down with the, eat a gel every 25 minutes. Try and keep away from caffeine. Like, lots of caffeine beforehand, try and keep away from it during it, because I have had issues before with like my stomach just going, no, you're not good anymore. So like the caffeine is very much a backup, but kind of once I'm into my running, it just feels like, all right, I'll just keep going and see what happens. So yeah, it was good. It was good fun.
Hey, so is it more challenging to run long distances out here?
Oh, dude, like there's a reason I have no interest in the marathon. Like do you know what? It's not the running long distances. If you're starting at 4 a.m., it's never going to be like super hot, but it's the training for it. I just like, no, like a half marathon is lovely. You can still go out at 7 a.m. and it's not burning hot by the time you're done. But the running at 3 a.m., I can't quite believe what Kathy did last year, to be honest.
You think living out here gives you an advantage, though, for races like that?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. Like the heat, the humidity, even when you are training in the dark, it's still super humid. So like you get used to that like strategy for like, okay, I really just got to drink every aid station. Doesn't matter whether I'm hydrated or not. I just got to keep drinking, and yeah, it works. Definitely works.
Anyone you want to thank for?
Yeah, as usual, Ed Diaz and Ed at Run Saipan, like as usual, the volunteer crew. I think it was the MHS Honour Society. Great job. All the guys on the aid station, super helpful. The sponges are a lifesaver. Like whoever came up with that idea was brilliant. And yeah, just the MVA for organising yet another great course, great marshalling, and the police service for having all of the crossways blocked off was great.
Awesome. All right, man.
Nice one.
All right, so that's your champion for the men's side, Jody O'Sullivan. And, man, that guy, so he just went out there and crushed it, and then probably crushed a few macaroons afterwards just to get his his calorie count back up there after running. You know, he doesn't – I don't know how he does it. I don't know how you could be making all those sweets and not eating them. Maybe that's the key, you know. Anyway, I'm a big fan of our international events. We really only have 2 international sporting events. We have the Hell of the Marianas, and we have the Saipan Marathon. And I'll tell you what, I had a big conversation with one of the folks who was a part of it, and I'm like, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to being amazing. Right now, we're pretty good, right? They took a step this year to try and do something, and it's cool that they're trying. It's like the thing I like the most about what they did this year is that they tried making it the next level thing. I think that's going to be my mission now that there's a new head of MVA, is to get involved with that and the bike race, but you know, in particular like this one here. I think they're so close. They're so close. They're ready. Like they've already shown their willingness to try something different. Now they need to dial it in. They need to know, like, again, you need to know the why you're doing different things. And I think they put so much on the shoulders of just a couple of people who have to do a lot of the coordination that some stuff just can't get done. And they work so hard. Man, I'm telling you, they work their butts off to bring that into reality. And again, they need something to take them over the hump. You know, that's it. They just need to get over the hump and really do it. The other part is, you know, we're like, if there was I saw all those camera folks there from all those folks from Ralph Island. I also saw one of our local guys there shooting some photos of it. But like, hopefully they get a lot of photos and videos that they use to market this event. But really, next year, we should be live broadcasting that event every year. Every year. That should be, when you see like the Boston Marathon, the New York City Marathon, the Tokyo, you name it, marathons all over the world, the real big ones, they are broadcast live. We could do that. Now that funny thing is what I want to help them with, I guess that, at least I want to coordinate that. I'd rather be doing that, but I want to help them with like everything, the before the event, like at the headquarters, and the after, and do all that planning and coordinating to make sure that is bomb, like amazing. And that's it. Like, even though, but really, with what I do, I would rather be doing the broadcast and making sure that that's awesome and doing the announcing for it. But we need that. We need that on the ground, make it awesome before it starts and after the people finish, and really walk it down, break it down all the way. It's like a whole different committee that they need within the planning to do that. Again, they were close. They just need to bring more people in. And I'll tell you what, the first thing I hear is, well, we don't have the money. You do have the money. You absolutely have the money. You're just spending it the wrong way. You just don't know. And that's not, it's not a negative, it's not tearing down what they did. It's a critique to say, hey, you're close. We want to help you. We're not going to help you for free. But you got to know why you're doing these events. It's not just for fitness stuff. It's not just to get local people excited. No, you're trying to make it a real event that people want to come back for, but you're trying to make it like such an amazing marketing product for your islands. So that's it. But let's put the focus back on the athletes. They did a great job. They really did. They were outstanding. In fact, we can walk you through the whole thing. Saipan Marathon results. I had a great 2025. I had a great, oh, there it is right there, right? A great, not barcode, but QR code that gave us everything. In fact, we got a bunch of interviews with folks along the way. Funny enough, because we were really there to get the big winners and all that other stuff. But what was really pretty neat was that we were able to, I had a lot going on during the day too, right? But the cool thing is that later in the day, there were still people going and people who are working out there who need to get stuff done. And we caught one guy who had raced, this was his 100th destination for a marathon. He is about his 115th marathon. Peter, hold on, let me see if I can find his video quickly. I imagine this is it. I'll share it with you here if I...
Let's go, Travis!
Oh no, this is Travis Spaeth though, coming into the finish. All right, well, while he's doing that there, I gotta find, hold on, where is it?
Look at this man, this myth, this legend. Way to go.
Yeah, there goes Travis. Hold on. It was, that's when I was getting ready to leave.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where's the shots along Middle Road? Oh, you know what? Oh man, my goodness. I didn't upload those to this one because I had already left at that time and I shot this later and I never came back to the studio. Oh no, that's too bad. I had some great footage of some of these guys finishing too, as they were having a good time. Like here's a look around. Oh yeah, I'm saying it to look at it, but you guys can't see it. This is what the finish line looked like. Again, this is after, so some of the 5Ks had already finished. This is what folks are waiting for. There's Jody afterwards. So now you see what it looks like. But I'm not sure if this is the clip where I take the walk around. If it's not, then it's going to be the next one, and I'll show you what it looks like. The finishing area. This is where we went over and caught Glenn. Saw him. This is watching. I'm just giving you some random sights and sounds.
Our 5K winner, followed very closely by number 708. That's Michael Miller from the Northern Marianas Islands.
Jody, I'm going to ask you a couple questions in a minute.
All right, let's go around and show you what the whole area looked like.
Taylor Edberg, number 788.
People are sprinting to the finish there. So you go through the finish line, you get your medal. You get either a bottle of water or a sports drink right there. This is what's waiting for people after they finish, right? So then here's the NBA. One of the things they heard about, there's Coach Kanomi. One of the things that folks were happy about is that they got their race certificate info like right there. Those are the MVA folks working. There's all those people there. And then this is where we start going through and seeing like what's waiting for people when they finish. Hold on. Now the idea of this is cool. Maybe I gotta set the speed on this a little bit faster to walk you through it. But I think the idea is that this is a festival that's already stuff's happening. Like it's an exciting finish line. As soon as you get your top threes done, you're giving them their quick ceremonies right there and everything. So all this is geared up for later, but the only problem is that you already got finishers coming across. And when you're done, the guys who win these races don't want to hang out there all day. They want to hang out, get their awards and all that stuff, and then they're going to be out of there. This stuff is really for everybody else. Like that whole area, if there's like a whole bunch of like picnic tables going, I like this. I like that they have a band set up. Like, look, all these little things are going to be great, right? But there's no volunteers handing out like fruits. But all these things are going to be great, but who's there, right? That stuff's got to be ready to go. When people are crossing the finish line, all these things should already be filled up. But it looks great, right? I mean, look at that. Look at that still shot right there of it, where you see there's a stage where there's going to be a band and music. There's going to be beer. There's going to be food. There's going to be all kinds of folks all over, right? And I saw that they had the photo wall. For this one, I would have done it differently, too. I would have put, like, Saipan, just like how you got those Saipan letters up in Marpi. But imagine now they're just temporary. They stand up. But you get that beautiful lagoon in the background, right? The beautiful sandy bottom, light blue ocean color stuff. And that's where people are taking their photos of with just the letters of Saipan. So you get all of that. And again, it's an event. Now, the other thing is have a ton of picnic tables out there and have a ton of those rented tents. And those rented tents, you know, like you're doing like a regular party or something, to make sure that there's a shaded area for all those athletes who just got done running a 5K, 10K, half marathon, or a marathon. You know, especially the last ones, right? The last marathoners who are going to take like 6 hours, they start at 4 o'clock. They're going to be in there by 10, right? It's hot at 10 o'clock. You got to have tents. You got to have a seating area, all that kind of stuff. I mean, the whole thing, it's cool. It's a great idea. They're so close. They're so close. I mean, and then the band should be playing. Like, all that stuff needs to be popping when people are finishing. So everybody that you're paying to be there, you got to have them early. Like that, there should be people playing right there. If you want to make it a successful big event, because nobody's going to want to come back there at 8 o'clock if they finish the race at 6:30. Right? I mean, that's it. And unless they're staying at the beach resort right there, or they're staying at Fiesta, if you're staying up at Crown or at Kensington, if you're staying at Aqua Resort, if you're staying at PIC or COP, you don't want to go all the way there and then come all the way back. No, you got to do that early. And it wraps up around the time those last finishers are there. So like when those last finishers are cruising, you keep it going. So again, everybody who finishes, you're guaranteed that you're going to be getting some good stuff, right? Yep. And like you get when you're finishing, you're getting your fruit, you're getting your banana, your apple, your water, right? Also, and water should not be like you only get one bottle. Like have water jugs all over the place so people can refill their stuff. Because you don't want people hurt. And rethink your giveaways if you're going to do stuff like this. Make your giveaway a beach towel or a water bottle, like a water bottle that they can refill. And but the beach towel so they can hang out. And then where all those vendors are there, I heard that there wasn't enough food for the folks. Like they ran out early. Well, no kidding. So you can't put it on one vendor for your tickets and all that stuff. The thing is that you give out all that other stuff, but then if people want to buy from the vendors, they can buy from the vendors for the food anyway. It's a really cool thing. It's a great event. Again, that's why it's important to have people who've gone to these things and been a part of these things to really have a part of some of that stuff. But this is their first time trying it, and they got to experience it. They're seeing what worked and what didn't, and that's the first step. They're getting closer to. They're already trying to make it awesome, right? They're already putting in, a whole lot of time and everything, and it's going to be even bigger and better. And to make it feel like a carnival, like right there, right from when you finish the race, right there. Also, having United sponsor is just so funny to me. Like, I wonder what they actually gave us. Like, we should really have Jeju be a sponsor because they do more for our community than United, that's for sure, by having affordable transportation. And it's a link to our international folks. There's one of our soccer coaches, Irish.
5K? How do you feel?
Yeah, it is great just to see everybody out there. And then here's Sakura. She just did the 5K. And there's Leigh Gassis giving her a high five. And again, more finishers coming in from all the races. But I mean, that's it. You come in, you get your awards, you keep going. Yeah, this is just, it's really great to see all these people that came in from all over the place to do the race. Also, you got to have a professional music person there. You can't just run it off of somebody's phone. That's okay for the local races. But you heard when we were interviewing the champion, it was somebody's alarm clock was going off on their phone, right? You got to pay a DJ. You have to pay. If you're going to charge $100 to do the race, you got to pay people. It was cool, by the way, later that night, we got to see a bunch of these people hanging out in Garapam. All these people, they're happy. They're making their way into the finish line. And a lot of people from the CNMI.
Great job.
Were out there. It's such a big event, like 700 participants.
Oh, there he is, Jerry Tan.
Oh yeah, Jerry Tan doing the race. Ivan Kichitu was there. He was running in a costume. By the time he got to the end, though, he was not wearing that costume. Yeah, and so, and look at more and more finishers coming down. Oh, that's the same clip. All right. Yep, tons and tons of people coming. The weather couldn't have been better. It was a beautiful day. Look at that mist over the ridgeline there. And so many people going out, participating, enjoying the beautiful place that we've got here in the CNMI.
Congratulations. Way to go, champions.
Yeah. Oh, there's Gloria Kavanaugh.
Hey, Gloria. Great job.
Yeah, I love that so many folks came out to do it on the local side to support the event. A whole bunch of folks from Tan Holdings were in it, like big time. I wonder how many spots Tan Holdings paid for, because there were so many people from the soccer, so many people from Tan Holdings that were out there. And you never see Ivan going for a 5K, so I was impressed. I don't know if Alex got out there too. But look, they got to be happy. They only got about 100 meters left to go at this point. Here's some kids from Agape Christian School. And they are big time into all the running events. They got soccer players. So many soccer players from the NMI program were there. And they're all wearing that same shirt. Let's see what else we got. We just got a couple more here. But those jogging interviews were pretty neat. Oh, let's see if I get the guy with the flag. Oh, that's the guy with the flag right there. I don't know if he ran with it the whole way or if somebody gave it to him toward the end. But he's a marathoner, judging by his number, 38. And it's another big day for events in the CNMI. Yep, more residents. Oh, the joy.
All right, champions.
Knowing that it's almost there.
The fastest referee inside pass. Great job.
In the shadow of the Marianas Beach Resort. And what a day. What a day. And I'm telling you, it was hot. Ask around. Saturday and Sunday, it was just hot, hot, hot. The people melting.
Almost.
Good. She started running again. You're that close. You don't want to walk there. You're already hurting.
Go, Travis.
Oh, yeah, here we go. We only caught the end of this earlier. Travis, look at all those water things he's carrying around with him.
Look at this man.
Let's see. I don't even know what distance he did.
Way to go.
Oh, there's Tara.
Congratulations. All right, way to go.
There's Noel Altamirano. And this is the last one that I've got for you, at least for now. We'll bring out those interviews on other clips. This guy's shoes. Check these out.
These are the best shoes of the whole marathon.
This is just wild. It looks like he's stomping on birds.
Great job.
Yeah, and so really all the folks who put in all these, countless hours of training, working hard to try to make this a memorable day, all the people who put in all the hours for planning, all the volunteers all throughout the course, and again, all the local businesses and who got involved, and all the local departments and agencies. Imagine how much DPS and DFEMS had to do to get this stuff done.
Winners in racing and winners in love.
All right, here he comes, Ivan Kitsuto. You'll see him right there. He gave up on half of the outfit.
There he is. Ivan, looking good.
That's great. All right. Well, those are just a few sights and sounds from the event. It was a lot of fun. Ooh, a 76-year-old female with 295 marathons in 129 countries. Holy cow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Holy cow. Robin, thanks for that. That's a great stat. That is a great stat. That's incredible. I didn't get to meet her. But there are so many stories. That's one of the things I loved about being a sports writer, is that you get to hear about all these things and see all these things. And again, you get to talk to people. And we would stay there all the way to the end. This weekend, I just had stuff going on outside of that, so I couldn't only do that. But stay until the end and getting those are where some of the best stories come in, the absolute best stories. So I loved it. So congratulations to everybody who ran the marathon, the half, the 10K, the 5K, and congrats to all the organizers and the planners and the volunteers And the Voluntold, congrats on pulling off what was a monumental event and one of the premier events that we have here in the Marianas. So great job, and we will be looking forward to seeing what you guys got coming up next. All right, speaking of what's coming up next, we're going to take a real quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more of our top stories that are all around the world, and we'll get you your news updates and all that stuff. So we'll be back with more after this.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Laddie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious of themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that could help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast.
March 10th, 1876. In Boston, Alexander Graham Bell successfully tests his invention, the telephone. Bell's assistant hears him say through the device, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." 1969. In Memphis, Tennessee, James Earl Ray pleads guilty to assassinating civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. Ray later recants his plea, insisting he's innocent and alleging a conspiracy until he dies behind bars decades later.
Put me on a witness stand and find out really what took place.
1985. Konstantin Chernenko, leader of the Soviet Union for just 13 months, dies in Moscow at age 73. Mikhail Gorbachev succeeds Chernenko in the Kremlin. 1980. Dr. Herman Tarnauer, author of the Scarsdale Diet, is shot to death at his home in Purchase, New York. Tarnauer's former lover, Jean Harris, is convicted of murder. She serves nearly a dozen years behind bars. And 1965. The Odd Couple opens on Broadway. Neil Simon's play about two mismatched roommates is later a hit on TV and the silver screen. Today in history, March 10th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Hi, good morning, Marianas. And somehow it just got darker outside. It's not just the exposure. Like literally, we got some cloud cover that just darkened it up because it was looking pretty nice and bright earlier, and I had it set just right. I thought. Well, anyway, that's what we're looking at outside right now. It is still a beautiful day here in the Marianas, and it's for a Monday morning too. What are you gonna do? We're looking at a high of 83 for the day. We're looking at a great day. And guess what? It's 83 right now, and we're already there. It's gonna be a little breezy. We're gonna have gusts as high as 23 miles per hour, and that's gonna be something to cool you down if it gets a little too hot. But the best thing is that humidity's down all the way to 74 degrees. That's why it feels nice and cool when you get out there. Cannot beat it. Gotta love it. It's like a perfect day for us here in the CNMI. And you gotta love that. You know, that's it. By the way, isn't it nice that we got to talk about something that wasn't news for a little while? Because, man, this weekend, I don't know about you guys, but, man, the chat's going on in all the little WhatsApp groups, or not just WhatsApp, but like in the Facebook groups and all this other stuff. Had a bunch of phone calls and everything about this ongoing conversation about the CNMI. And I think I need to wait. I got to see more from folks when they talk about, oh, we need to do this. Oh, we need to do that. Oh, I mean, like, I got to wait a little bit before I throw any heavy labels on anybody. But it's easy to get worked up about stuff because people were saying some things I definitely didn't like, no doubt about it. And but I got to take a break, take a breath, step back, and try to figure out like what their real thoughts are, you know, and like who they are, what they're talking about. And then you think about like, oh, what's their motivation for this? Like an actor, what's my motivation? But like, what are they talking about? What's the whole purpose of it? And I'd like to think that everybody gets a little benefit of the doubt, knowing that what they're trying to do and what they're thinking about is in the best interest of our community, right? I mean, like, that's the thing. And, and maybe people just have a different way of going about doing it. And they have a different perspective that leads them to think one way is the right way versus the other. And I can tell you, I don't agree with everybody's way about everything. So I think that's kind of natural. But, I can't throw anybody away just based on a couple of things yet. But we'll see. There's a lot. I mean, how heavy is it? How big is it? I don't know. All right. Well, hey, let's talk about something. Somebody who got recognized last week. Janice Tenorio. She's one of the board members. She's the treasurer of the Saipan Chamber of Commerce, but she was also a former head of the Board of Education, and she was also one of the heads of the Utilities Board of Directors. Well, she just wrapped up with her final meeting as a member of the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation Board of Directors. So congrats to you, Janice. How many positions do you get that are that fancy? I mean, like, I'm telling you, to be like, she was the chairman of the utilities. She was the chairman of the Board of Education. Like, holy cow. How fancy. How many, does her resume have any spots left for hobbies? No, her hobbies. Doing stuff in the community. My gosh, Janice, you've done just about everything. I don't know what's left. I really don't. But she's over there with IT&E, and so they got to be pretty happy that they got her working over there. But Janice, hats off to you. She's just someone who, she wouldn't get involved, I don't think, if she wasn't interested in doing stuff for the community. That's like the thing is like, all those kind of positions, they pay you nothing, right? Like, why would you get involved in a lot of those things? Like me, like, I don't know why. Like, it's just, I'm starting to roll back on things where, I can help on, but I'm not really in love with that stuff, and I don't want to pour myself into that one. I got asked to help out on a couple things and things that I kind of like too. But like, you know, you just got to say no sometimes. I don't know if she says no. It's like she's the Nicolas Cage of the appointee world. Nicolas Cage doesn't know how to say no to a movie role. I don't know if Janice knows how to say no to a community volunteer role. I love it. But that's it. So I get it. You know, the cool thing about Saipan is that people can have a real impact on the community, like one regular person. Oh yeah, so it says not all anonymous posts are trolling. Once things start improving, then things will be quiet down a little bit. Only the trollers will be left. Yeah, that's pretty funny. No, but I'm not even talking about the trolls with the comments because just the perspectives. And it's so easy to get reactionary on stuff. I could get all fired up about everything that just happened just now. But if you take a little bit of a break, you know, you just need that help. Yeah. You know, but like with the issues that we're facing and the things that we think, some things we can really have be right under the microscope. We think are the most important things that are happening in the world. And a lot of them, it just feels like they are. And a lot of them are like paramount importance. And people just have totally different ways of doing this. Like, I mean, like, I gotta see before I level some labels on some folks with some of their takes on stuff. Like, I just need to see a little bit more to find out like what it is and how much of it is your interpretation. And I know it's so easy. You could just jump on because none of these statements happen in a vacuum. None of these comments happen in a vacuum. You're right. I mean, there's all kinds of history and context that not everybody is familiar with. But the people who I think get the most passionate about it, you know, are pretty tied to a lot of that stuff. And you know, and that's it. So I mean, so I'm waiting to see a little bit more. But I'll tell you, that doesn't mean I'm along for the conversation, because I think people need to talk themselves through some things. Good morning, Connie. Great to see you this morning. So that's it. Because this weekend, man, I was telling some friends, I'm like, hey, I think people need to switch to decaf on the weekends a little bit so we can enjoy it. But how can you sit back and just, it's the weekends. I live on an island. I'm not having the impact there. But, you know, you can't no, I'm fine. I get it. But on the weekends, I want to enjoy my weekends a little bit. And we'll bring it into the weekend when it gets a little crazy. We'll be able to deal with that as it comes. But it was heavy, man. It was seriously a heavy weekend with all that commentary and people getting all fired up. And I get it. I mean, like, hey, people already have their thoughts about like, hey, what's the best way for us to go economically, politically, all this other stuff. And when the time's right to call BS on somebody, I'll be there. But yeah. Yeah. Well, I am about some things. It says you're just a chill dude, Brad. Some things, yeah. It says, oh, Saipan Little League opens this Saturday. No way. Junior, senior league at Tonco, majors at Tongay. Come out and support. Wow, that's awesome. That is so great. Man, Little League Baseball back in Saipan. So Little League Baseball at Tongay Field is good, but dude, how can we play there? That place is falling apart. Like, nothing's happened from last season to this season to make it a little bit nicer. I don't know. Like, I think we are that's one place I wouldn't want to be chill. Like that press box there that's literally falling apart. And like, I thought, I know that the Capitol Hill softball field is just a little bit too big, right? Is that the reason why they're not playing up there? But like, that's the place to go. I love Tonco Field. Tongay Field is just kind of there. And it's great to have them all in the same place. But unless they're going to fix it, like, man, It's not awesome. Like, I'd rather barbecue out up at Capitol Hill and watch the kids play over there. Ooh, Pressbox has an aircon? That means they fixed the broken window, too. Oh, and the bleachers got a facelift. Nice. All right. So somebody put some money into it. That's outstanding. Maybe that's a bigger story. Like, that's really good. It was so sad to see it, like how beat up and lousy. Like, it was really sad. Last season, when I was watching that last season, I was so disappointed that I'm like, well, that's why they temporarily left there to go up to Capitol Hill, or they went to Tongay from Capitol Hill because they were redoing the fence, right, up on Capitol Hill. And I thought they would go back, because Capitol Hill for Little League for all day for the littlest kids was really cool, because it was like a big event, right? It's a big community event. Everybody's there, kids running around, having a good time, people going through the streets, driving slow on the main road, and people aren't like doing your regular grill out where you're having beers and all that other stuff, because you're there for the kids. You don't want to be out there like pounding beers while you're watching your kids play baseball and yelling, "You call that a strike zone?" It's kind of neat. But I like the community of it up there. You just can't do that same kind of grill out stuff over there at Tongay. Now, maybe you can, but I don't think you can. I was hoping that that place might be spruced up a little bit, but that's all right. It looks like it was. So the other thing is, imagine you got a kid playing in the littlest league, and then you got him in the juniors and seniors, then you got to go back between the two places. So, I mean, it makes best sense to have everything right there. So, all right, maybe the kids are going to be better hitters now because of Marianas batting alley. That's going to be the, maybe everyone's got a few new cuts. By the way, I had a conversation with someone. They're like, "Hey, have you tried that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was awesome." He's like, "Man, I tried it, but man, I couldn't hit anything." It's the older guys. You know why? It's the reaction, because it's not the same distance like from the pitcher's mound. Just like taking batting practice when someone's throwing to you from the hill, it's not the same distance. So your reaction's got to be quicker, and when you're older, that's it. Your reactions aren't as fast. You become less like a cat and more like fat. But your reactions aren't as quick. So even with those easier tosses, because they're coming at you a lot closer, your reaction's not as good. So that's something. That's why I think it's going to be better. Like, it's having that distance the way it is and everything. It's going to help people's reactions, and their bat speeds will probably come around a lot faster too. So it's just about putting in the time and getting in on that. All right, hold on. Let's see what else we got here. Dum, dum, dum. All right. Well, we did get you one update. So the thing is, this is Monday for us. It's Sunday for the folks in the mainland. And the Associated Press has stopped doing the weekend update. So the only thing that we've got from them is from Friday, which would be our Saturday. So that's no good. So I had to reach around to other folks. No, I know some of you guys are laughing at that too, because I am. I had to search out some other sources of news for our update. So here's what we got for you for today.
Waiting on Hamas. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. Israel's agreed to negotiate an extension of the first phase of the ceasefire in Gaza, but so far, Hamas has not. And Fox's Alex Hogan reports the Jewish state is cutting off the electricity to Gaza.
Civilians on both sides of this conflict have been concerned that potentially stalled negotiations could prevent this ceasefire from holding. But what we're hearing from Anna Boller, who is the Trump administration's special envoy for hostages, he said that the U.S.-Hamas negotiations have been helpful and that something could come together within weeks. European leaders are sharing their support for the Arab-backed Gaza reconstruction plan. This would cost $53 billion, and it would avoid displacing Palestinians. Israel and the U.S., however, argue that the Strip is uninhabitable. Israel will send a delegation to Qatar for ceasefire negotiations, and Hamas said that there are positive indicators for a second stage of this plan.
Israel has cut off supplies to Gaza as of last week. A small plane crashed today in southern Pennsylvania. It left a fiery crash in an airport parking lot. The small aircraft went down just south of Lancaster Airport. According to an official with the Manheim Township Police Department, information about injuries or fatalities is not currently available. Footage shared on social media showed black smoke billowing from the wreckage of the plane and multiple vehicles engulfed in flames. Pope Francis is showing mild improvement after several weeks of battling pneumonia.
Pope Francis now entering his 4th week in the hospital, marking the 4th consecutive Sunday that he has missed his weekly blessing. But
Fox's Jeff Paul in Rome. Francis is calling for a miracle of tenderness for those experiencing hardship. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm Ben Domenech, Fox News contributor, editor-at-large of The Spectator, and editor of the Transom.com daily newsletter. I'm inviting you to join in-depth conversations every week on the Ben Domenech podcast.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
A search continues for a University of Pittsburgh student last seen in the Dominican Republic.
She mysteriously vanished last week while on a spring break trip with her classmates in the Dominican Republic. Authorities say 20-year-old Sudiksha Kanaki was last seen on Thursday, March 6, around 4:50 in the morning on the beach at the Riu Republica Resort in Punta Cana. They're urging anyone with information on her whereabouts to contact authorities. Defensiva Civil, a Dominican Republic-based search and rescue team, have been working around the clock to find her.
Fox's Christina Coleman in Los Angeles. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement arrested a Palestinian activist who is believed to be one of the leading figures instigating anti-Israel student takeovers of the Columbia University campus in New York. Mahmoud Khalil graduated from the Ivy League school back in December. He was inside his university-owned apartment a few blocks from campus when he was taken into custody. A wildfire that's burned several hundred acres on Long Island is now completely knocked down. Congressman Nick LaLota represents the area.
Almost 90 volunteer departments converged in this area to ensure life and property was protected, to ensure this fire didn't spread beyond about the 600 acres where it had been.
The firefighters, 2 of them were injured fighting the fire, but were released and treated. An investigation into the cause is now underway, and for now we are being told at least arson is not being ruled out. Magnitude 4.1 earthquake rattled the Los Angeles area this afternoon. The U.S. Geological Service says it struck at just after 1 p.m., the epicenter about 7 miles southwest of West Lake Village. It was followed by 3 smaller quakes in the Malibu area, and at least as for now, there are no reports of damage or injuries. I'm Daria Albinger. This is Fox News.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Oh yeah, got a little funky going on. It's 8:36 here on Monday morning. All right, it's Toba Castro Show. That's right. Ladies drink free. Come on down. That's right. It's a free tent with every lap dance. Hey, good morning, everybody. All right, well, so stupid. I know. That's what you're paying for. That's what you get. All right. Well, we are going to still get to some of our stuff. I'm chatting back and forth online right now with a couple folks who are running icons, and especially in the whole community. See if I can't lure them into being here online with us because it was such a big event. And I love to get their input on it because it's, not everybody was a big part of it, but so many people had a part in it. And I think that's it. Hearing about, how the race went and their perspective of it from where they were. And it would be great to catch like their thoughts on it. And, maybe we'll be able to get them in here. If we can, great. If we can't, that's great too. I think, that's one of the hard things is trying to get people in to talk about, their takes on it because people don't want to steal the thunder away from other folks. Well, the thing is, it's about all the different perspectives on it, right? Not just the official thing. I know we post all the press releases and all that other stuff, but I like hearing from folks more than I do just like seeing a press release from somebody's office, right? I mean, I think that really lets you in a little bit more, lets you know a little bit more, not just the official view of so-and-so, right? I mean, like to really hear about what that issue is from the folks who are doing it. I think that's the big thing. For me, that legitimizes the whole thing, right? Getting that whole feel from it. And then just trying to form your view of that event based on all those folks, all those points of views, because you're only if you form an opinion right away, you're doing it only from your point of view, right? If you try to get it from a whole bunch of different folks, that makes the most sense, and just so you have a more complete amount of information to process all that kind of stuff. Instead of just, bouncing. That's why I like when we had folks from off island on video calls. I love it because when we get to hear outside perspectives that aren't just here from like our local leaders, whether they're appointed, elected, whatever, it's not like they know better than us, but it's nice to hear what other folks think about what's happening here. And it reinforces, I think, some of the opinions that people might already have about it. I mean, I have some thoughts about why people are saying what they're saying and with their points of view with some of these heavier issues, and hearing it from randos who are purposefully focused on our region, I like to hear that. I like to hear like their life is focused on what's going on from a different perspective outside of us. I like it. So. Anyway, Let's get into what are some of the cool things that are happening here. I love that Public Works is starting to light a fire under USA Fanter because of that. Remember the big traffic holdup that's right out in front of the museum, or right at the museum intersection. So apparently it's just sinking and sinking and sinking. And that's really, they only did that work like not a whole long time ago, right? It's only been a couple of years. And now, because that whole place is all blocked off, it's a massive bottleneck for traffic every morning over there by Sugar King Park and at the museum intersection. And so now they're saying, hey, you need to do something. If you don't do something about this in a month, we're going to fine you. Yeah, it was like a $2.2 million intersection improvement grant. And then it was done. It was finished 2 summers ago. But apparently it's slowly getting worse and worse over there. And they said, hey, you need to get this done. So DPW secretary said, hey, you got 30 days. And if you don't do it, it's going to be a breach of contract. And you know what's funny? When that happens, it's all about drainage. Somehow it's about drainage. Talking with engineers with decades of experience in this kind of work, they say that when it comes to doing road work, there's only 3 things that you need to prioritize: drainage, drainage, and drainage, because that's what undermines every one of these road projects that they work on. And if it's settling like that, if it's sagging like that, either they didn't compact it properly the first time, but that's only going to go a limited amount of space. The other part is that the drainage and where the water's going underneath the road, like going out to Kingfisher, right? You know how that road, you can see it when you get past the Gigi Drive. You can see all those cracks in the road where it looks like it's falling off to the side. Well, because at some point, water is getting through there and undermining everything that's underneath. Like, that's a road that really needs to be fixed. Holy crap. Before somebody gets washed off the side of the cliff while they're driving, because that's awful. Also, you know, when those trees and all that zacate grows up right there by the road, you can't even see around that corner. That's not a safe place to be either. Anyhow, different point. So getting back to it though, they said that the important part here is that they get that fixed so that traffic doesn't continue to be bottlenecked there all the time, and it is. It's a major drag on everything. Oh God, this story drives me nuts. It's hilarious. It's like that story with the pirate. I told that joke before. We don't have to talk about that one. No, I'm not going to tell that one either. All right. By the way, the phone lines are open, 789-2323, 789-2323. This morning, as we get to talking about more of our issues, you know, what do you think is important? Any birthday shout-outs that you want to do? You want to recognize a friend, family member, all that, you can by giving us a call, 670-789-2323. And that's our show number. It's our hotline. We're there for you. All right. But this is the story of the former governor and going after a contract for the special prosecutor turned member of the Attorney General's office, Attorney Jim Bob Kingman. I can't believe they're still going after this thing. Like, they're going after a guy who came out here to fight crime and corruption and to go after some nefarious things. They're like, well, I don't think they got him the right way. What kills me about this is that it's the first time I've seen that strategy that they went after in order to get rid of somebody who's prosecuting them, to go after their contract. That's the best. No, we're not saying that our client did anything wrong. We're just saying that we don't like their attorney. who's going after us. Hey, there's a great question. I got this in my ear all weekend. Former Governor Torres is gonna run for governor again. I heard this all weekend from so many different people. Former Governor Torres is running again. I didn't hear from him. No, I did not hear from him. There's a question. Would you vote for Governor Torres if he ran again? I wonder how that campaign would go. I really wonder how it would go. And who would he be running with? Because it's hard. You can't dislike him, because he's a nice guy. I like him. But with all the stuff that transpired, would you vote for him again? Then we got the other rumors that are going around about other people who are running, right? Oh, they announced to their family, but they're not making it public yet. Oh, okay. Well, is that possible? Like, who's who? So, is Governor Palacios going to run again? I mean, I remember him saying that he was only going to run for probably one term, but I don't believe it because, well, I shouldn't say I don't believe it, but I found it difficult to believe because what being a governor here gives you is so much, I'll say power, but even if you don't view it like power, it gives you so much control over things and to do all this. I can't imagine if you win not wanting to do it a second time. I imagine it's got to be kind of intoxicating to have that much pull and control and then to not have it. I imagine losing has to be the worst. But losing, especially if you had it. But then if you win it, then losing it, that's the worst. So, but would you vote for Governor Torres again? If he ran for governor, would you vote for him? That, I think, is the big question. And you got a couple years to figure it out. I'm already thinking of what could that campaign be? And that campaign would be, well, they never got us on anything legally. I figure that's what it's got to be. See? It was just an attack. The Russian hoax. The collusion hoax. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's the only way it would have to be. Make Saipan great again. Make the CNMI great again. I don't know. I feel like that's how you would do it. Or what would the other campaign points? Have our last 4 years been better than the previous 4 years? I don't know. That would be, I think that's the poll question of all poll questions that nobody's going to answer because nobody wants to tell everybody how they're going to vote. So I get that. Totally get it. Yeah. I can't see it. But, who are the options also? Is BJ going to run? Because that's what everybody's talking about. Right? That's the other rumor going around. So there's two. The one was that Vinny was going to run, and he was trying to find somebody to run with him. And again, this is just like the juicy, the rumor stuff, right? It's like, ooh, who's going to run? And so the rumor was that Vinny Sablon was going to run for governor, and he was looking for a co-host, a lieutenant governor, and that he had reached out to be. This has not been verified with these parties, no. But the juicy part, this is going back a little bit now, was that he was going to ask BJ to be his lieutenant governor. And BJ's like, I don't know. Dude, I've been around. You are a one-term guy, or two, you're no. So I heard that. And so then the talks were like, ooh, BJ's going to run. Oh, BJ's telling people this. Oh, BJ's telling people that. I'm like, all right, well, he hasn't officially said anything yet. So, and then would Then the big juicy one that was going around was like, oh, Governor Torres is going to run again. He's going to run again. And then people are saying, no, it's 100% he's running again. Oof, man. I know, the suspense, right? Like, I don't know. No matter what, whoever does run and whoever does win, you got to support them. You have to. I know it's going to be all feisty come election time, but whoever runs and wins, as a member of the community, you got to support them because you want our community to move forward. Now, if they're doing nefarious things, then you go after them and you figure that out. But you got to support whoever's running it for us. That's why, like, these conflicting points of views between our Washington representative and our governor is a little tough, because I want to support them both, and I do, but it doesn't. I don't know if they're supporting each other with what they're doing right now, with their takes on how we proceed. And I'm sure each of them thinks that they're operating in the best interest of the Commonwealth. But they're not the same way. So maybe they both have different means to an end. It's a toughie. But that's the juicy one. Would you vote for Governor Torres if he ran again? Oof. That would be, I would have more luck getting that answer over beers at a picnic table than I am going to get them from you guys today. Oh, man. Need to promote weed tourism. I'm so on the other side of that. I am. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm willing to have like a real conversation about it, but I gotta tell you, I'm not on that team at all. I still want people to get arrested or at least ticketed, whatever it is, for smoking at the beach. So I'm not that guy. It's not legal to smoke at the beach or at the ballpark. Man, when I smell people smoking it over at like the ball field, no, I wish DPS was there to write them a ticket or whatever it is that they get. I don't know what the level is on the offense, because smoking pot to me is not like drinking beer. There's a time and a place, I guess. So like, I don't like hate people who smoke the hippie lettuce, you know. But no, I don't want to be walking around in a purple haze. And yeah, I know I've talked a lot about my thoughts on pot, for sure. I'm getting older, so my stance on it's a little bit. Weed is in the air. Like love is in the air. Weed is in the air. Yeah. It's just not for me, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I tried it and I absolutely inhaled. But like, I don't like the idea of it. Like I don't want to beat that same conversation point over and over. Like, if you're coming to hang out with me for like if we're having like a birthday party at the house, you're not smoking in my yard. You're not smoking around me and the family and all that stuff, because I don't want it to be normalized for my kids. My kids are going to make their own decisions on smoking it, right? But at least I don't want them to see from me that it's cool. And that's all right. Now, again, my stance on it is a lot easier, but it still smells like crap, right? I don't want to smell your pot at the beach. I don't want it. Keep that shit at home, you know? Inside your home if you're my neighbor, too, because I don't want to smell it in my yard. Like, that's it. There's a place for it. I just don't know what it is. That's it. When it comes to pot, I am a totally get off my lawn kind of guy. And at least I don't like it. Like, I don't want it to be a mainstream thing. And I know it helps some people find it very beneficial to their challenges in life. And some people, that is their life. Like, I'll tell you, when I go down to Garapan and you get those bums those bums who are hanging out on those fancy new, like, concrete chairs out there at the intersections. Just smoking pot, hanging out on the street corner. One, you're not supposed to do that. But I'm like, these bums are just hanging out. I'm like, hey, man, how's it going, man? And they're like, yeah, man. Showers are free. We need weed tourism. Yeah, I don't see it. Who's coming here to smoke pot? Or are we going to become Jamaica? Is that where people, like, who? I remember the Beach Boy guys using that for Japanese chicks, right? That was part of their tourism thing. But if you're going to bring in weed tourism, you need to bring in all the crap that goes with it, right? I mean, like, you got to have your red light district if you're going to go on the weed direction. That's it. You got to make hoes great again. If you're going to go in, if you're going to lean in to weed tourism, you need to make hoes great again. And have all those karaoke bars in Garapan again. Hashtag recruiting trips. I mean, that's what it's gonna, I mean, you can't go, we don't want dangerous potheads walking around. Hey. I don't know that there's dangerous potheads, but I know there's potheads. And I do see that as a gateway that, all right, well, maybe I'll try this meth thing next. Yep. But, you know, whatever. How about the ones that just stink? I mean, like, dude. Yeah, I see you peeling. It's great. Oh, no. Hey, you know, the funny thing is I'm not old enough to be a boomer, but I'll take it. I'm checking you guys out on the comments on YouTube. Yeah, weed bad, prostitution is okay. I'm saying that they got to go together. If you're going to promote them, like, I think that's it. Like, because it's not like which way are you going for your tourism, right? That's a big thing for us. Who are we as a destination, right? So if you're going to lean into like people smoking up on the beach and all that other stuff, you're going to be also like people smoking up down in Garapan and hanging out and doing like at all the like weed bars and all that other stuff. That is part of the same thing. Like drugs and prostitution are like, they're the hand-in-hand kind of stuff. That's why I'm saying, like, if that's the way you want to go, then you need to add that to it. Okay? I thought they changed, like they didn't want to do that. I don't know. That's how I view it. That's it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that they're like a package deal. You know, that's it. And I'm just not cool with it. You know, I'm not. Again, there are a lot of people who break my thoughts on it. Right? I know plenty of people who are pretty smart and do some really good things who smoke. But I think the big majority of the people that I know who smoke like aren't. Nope. Just not my thing, man. That's cool. I think they're both bad. I think you get one, you get them both. I'm telling you, I will take it. I get it. It is totally a stay off my lawn point of view. I totally get it. I'm not cool in that regard. I wish I was. Yep. Just checking WhatsApp comments there. We are a gateway destination. Stop the conservatism and let's be like Vegas. I don't know. You can't. Can you smoke in Vegas? See, like, so that's the thing. We're a gateway destination is awesome. Stop the conservatism and let's be like Vegas. Hey, we had a casino. And by the way, I'm not against the casinos. I'm against that one, the way it came in. But, like, I'm cool with that. They come here to get away from the prudes in their own countries. Oh, yeah, probably. Hey, Saipan was crazy fun when I got here, like, in 2003. I get it. Weed's legal in Vegas? Really? No kidding. No, you can just walk down the street and all that stuff? Because I know you can't walk down the street here smoking. So you can smoke in those lounges, and you can smoke at your house. Those are the only places where you're allowed to smoke in the CNMI. No, it's legal. Like, dude, it's not. No, but it's not for that. But I get it. Again, like I said, it's not like I stand on my moral backgrounds that says you can, no, just, yeah. I'll take the hate on that one. They sell in dispensaries. Oh, yeah. You know, you can't spell dispensary without dispensa. Because it's sorry. No, I know, it's stupid. I'm trying to reach on a bad joke that doesn't work. It says, after sports, it's all about alcohol and domestic violence. Let's promote sports and alcohol and the 10 p.m. alcohol restrictions. Hey, I don't know about the domestic violence part, but I can tell you Kathy does not hit me. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good conversation. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, so Luke says, after sports, it's all about alcohol. Oh, sorry, it just jumped up. It's all about alcohol and domestic violence. Let's promote. Sorry, it keeps jumping up. And alcohol and the 10 p.m. alcohol restrictions. Yeah, you know, the 10 p.m. alcohol restriction, I don't really get it so much. Is that really stopping people? I think what that does, I think the only reason why they have that is so when you know you run out at like 10:30 after drinking all day, you can't go anywhere to go and buy somewhere. So you can't go and drive somewhere. You have to drive to a bar, which is not a great idea either. So, yeah, I get it. Yeah, and so, I don't know. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's all marketing that's got me that way. People worried about legalizing weed in the CNMI, only crickets now. It didn't destroy our integrity. I don't know if it was an integrity thing for me. I just think it stinks. You know, like that's it. Like, it just stinks. I don't like smelling it at public events. I don't. I think it's just like, yeah. I mean, let me try to think of like, I don't know if I'm trying to be more sensitive or I'm just trying to change my point of view on it a little bit to be a little bit more encompassing why I don't really like it. And it's just, I think the easy way is it's just not my bag. It's not my thing. But I thought about it. I thought about it being like something to help unwind a little bit. But it's just not my thing. And I don't know that, I know some cultures definitely, they're not the culture, but some people, depending on their metabolism and how their body processes things, alcohol is not a good thing for them. Native Americans, alcohol is not a good thing for them. I don't think it's a revelation that some folks from FSM do not go well with alcohol. Like, I don't know. But again, it's not a blanket statement because it doesn't cover everybody, right? But that's just chemistry, right? This does not work great for everybody. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if all of a sudden, like, So maybe I don't like weed so much because I'm not a huge fan of reggae. Oh, no, stop. I can already feel the hate coming on the reggae thing. I do like Hawaiian reggae, but like every reggae song is the same song. It's going to start with that little, like 3 little drum hit, and then I'm like, that's it. Reggae music. I know, this is going to be terrible. You bastard, Brad. You bastard. I know. My funny, not serious take. Seriously. Yeah, tell us how you really feel. I know. Like reggae. It's like bad music for dirty people. I don't hate reggae. I don't love it, but I don't love it like people who smoke love it. And I don't know why that's a combo. Maybe it's just that nice. Yeah, Alex, that is a great transition. Little League Baseball coming back this weekend. Let me ask you this. Do you want, when your kids are out there at Little League, do you want to smell people smoking out there at Tonko Field? Do you want to see them smoking at Tongay Field? Now, that, for me, I couldn't believe it when I smelled that. And you know why I couldn't believe it? Because I don't drink beer when I go to watch, not the kids' games, but I'm like, if I'm going there to watch the guys play, I respect the rules of that park, right? Of the Oleai Sports Complex. I don't drink beer in the stands. I don't drink beer in the press box. I don't drink anything because that's the rule of the place. Now, if you're outside around the fence, hell yeah, that's cool. You can go do that on the outside, right? That's where it's supposed to be cool. But like everybody in that press box would love to be drinking a nice, cool beer while watching the game, but we don't do it because you're not supposed to do it, right? We don't want to screw it up and all that other stuff. But I mean, I have seen people there. I mean, you can smell it. The people are smoking there, and like, who's supposed to be like enforcing that stuff? Like, you're not supposed to have that stuff there, right? I don't know. So like, especially over there, like for when Little League's playing, like I don't think it should be done around the kids. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I missed one. Put a bong on top of a cooler of beer and test our true inner Micronesian blood. Nice. Dude, that's hilarious. That's a good one, Tobot. Yeah, all right, well, I guess that's it. Let me just scroll down and see if I missed anything else from you guys. Yeah. Hey, and I'll tell you what, though. I could still change my point of views on some things. And maybe somehow I'll come around to that. I don't know, dude. I grew up in the just say no era, right? That's me. I grew up in the just say no era, where there were kids who smoked cigarettes at high school, and they would hang out across the street before school and come in and smell like a pack of Marlboros. You know, the dirt bags. Yes, that's what we called them. Oh, what did I do then? In the Army, I learned how to smoke. To talk to girls at the bars. It's an easy first line. Well, it was back then. When I came to Saipan, you could still smoke inside the bars too. Remember that? That says bans on beer were made for bad drunks, ruining it for everyone else. Oh man, yeah. The beer. I'll tell you. I remember hanging out with folks after their like couple of family members pass away, and we're drinking beer. We brought stuff over to the house, and we're just hanging out. And it's like, oh man, we're out. We only got like 2 beers left. Oh, let's run to the store. Dude, it's 10:30. You can't. Like, oh, come on. We're not like killing it. We're not partying, getting crazy or anything like that. Just we're doing the commiserating stuff, you know, being there and support them. And I was like, oh, come on. Come on. Not even at their little mom and pop. You can't even, well, you got to know the right place. And they got to know you to kind of make it slide. I'm sure those things are still open. But I haven't done that for a while, so. Good morning, Gus. Great to see you. Yeah, we're running on overtime right now, which, by the way, is going to be tax-free. I wonder how that's going to affect us here in the CNMI. If it's the federal law of the land, I mean, it's got to count here, right? But if overtime's not going to be taxed, how many more people are going to be wanting to work overtime? That's going to be a big win. Oh, yeah, everyone had their spot for last-minute runs. Man, when I lived at Cattleya Apartments a million years ago, there was a little store around the corner, like just down the street, down the driveway, and around the corner where they would be like, yeah, you're cool. I got you. When that pool party went a little bit longer than it probably had to. It was great. All right. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap up, guys. We'll come back again and hit it again tomorrow. But that's about it for today. We got all our sponsors some love, and that's important. Got the RFP stuff out there for everybody, and that's great stuff as well. Man, we are coming close to the end of the Sweat and Conquer over there for Laddie Built. This is, hold on, let's see. Do I have that graphic? Do I still have that one? Let me see if I got it for you. Throw that on there. Wait. I want to see if I still have it. Shred and Conquer. No, that's not it. Oh, this is it. Whoosh. There we go. The Shred and Conquer, the Fat Loss Challenge over there at Laddie Built. It's coming to an end pretty soon. They've got over $2,000 in cash and prizes that they're going to be giving out. They've got some great sponsors with Michelob Ultra and Ghost Energy drinks. People have been working on this for such a long time. And one of the things that they have been working on is the reason why they decided to get involved in it in the first place. And that part is just kind of great. Some real touching stories. And we're going to highlight them this week, and then we're going to keep on going. We're going to tell you all about it. Then we'll hear about their winners. We'll promote them and everything too. But we're going to work that out with Coach Derek over there at Laddie Built 24-Hour Fitness. These are the guys who are open 24 hours a day. It's the newest gym facility that's here in the CNMI. It's in Chalankanoa, right down the street from us in CK, at the bottom of the shadow of the Aquarius Beach Tower. Laddie Built 24-Hour Fitness, and they have great financing stuff too, by the way. What do you mean financing? Well, you know, you got to pay so much a month for your membership. Well, they do it where you could do it every other week, you know, bi-weekly with your paycheck. And that is such an affordable option. If all of a sudden you got to pay this big bill every month, you know, it can look like something that's looming right in your way. But if you're able to break it down with your payments like that, and they're able to do that for you to make it easier for you to get a membership, that's the kind of place where you want to get a membership. The place that really, truly values that you're going to be there and be a part of their family. That's pretty awesome. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up, guys, for today. And we're going to come back tomorrow morning and talk about all the things that are going to happen in the next couple of days. Today it's going to be kind of a sleepy day in the U.S. because it's a Sunday. But when we get back to it tomorrow, our Tuesday will be their Monday, and they'll be fast and furious. Oh, one last thing. Did you see about that big attack that just happened in Ukraine? Well, actually, it happened in Russia, where Russia was reclaiming some of its territories. Holy crap, what a maneuver they ended up doing. They have these massive gas lines out there that was fueling Europe before the whole Ukrainian invasion. And those gas lines have been shut off for a while now. So they had special forces walk in a gas pipeline for like 9 miles so that they can go and attack the Ukrainians from behind them. Like, holy crap, that's a ballsy ass maneuver. Like, that's like, like I'm all on Team Ukraine for this and this whole Russian invasion of Ukraine, but gotta respect game on that one. It's like, holy cow, they put some special forces to walk through the gas pipeline 9 miles, attack these guys from behind, and really turn the tide. Ballsy stuff, man. That's one way to avoid all the drone warfare too. All right. Well, guys, that's it for us today. I want to say thanks to you for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, we're here for news, sports, weather. We're here for your calls and your comments and your questions and all that fun stuff. So thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you later. Have a great day, and hopefully it's your best one so far. Pretty cool. All right, take care.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawamian greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news from a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun. Good morning, Marianas.